the 10-year takedown of YSL. So I guess this shit is just speaking on what the fuck, you know, why the fuck Young Thug is even in jail right now. Like, honestly, I don't even know why the fuck he in jail for real. They need to free that boy Young Thug, gang. What the fuck he do? He ain't do shit wrong for real. Cause it's like, y'all, obviously y'all don't know what the fuck he did wrong for real. Y'all bullshit, gang. I had to put this filter over this shit because I don't got approval for this nigga shit. And if he not using other niggas' videos, I'll do this shit.
On May 9th, Fulton County Sheriff's Department took Young Thug into custody after what they say was a 10-year-long investigation. Shortly after, arrests were issued for 28 others that include Gunna, Duke, Yak Gotti, and more, who are all under YSL, the label. An 88-page indictment was released that revealed all the charges being issued amongst them. Young Thug himself is being considered the organizer and head of operation. He's facing 56 different charges under the Rico Act, where YSL is accused of being a criminal organization. Because authorities have been building this case for almost a decade, we now have access to most of the evidence against them, including some of the more serious charges, which include the murders of over 50 different people.
Damn. That's why they got his ass up in there for. I mean, I ain't gonna cap to you. If a motherfucker got information that your ass unalived that many people smoked, like I'm tweaking. I'm thinking I'm on TikTok and shit, so I'll be saying TikTok terminology and shit. But motherfuckers think you out here killing motherfuckers and shit, gang. I see why they holding your ass in jail because who knows your ass ain't gonna try to kill the witnesses or whatever. And they in their eyes, they don't know.
One in particular, a man named Donovan Thomas Jr., also known in the streets of Atlanta by Big Nut. I'll explain why this is important.
See the shadow in the back of the room. He's the one directing traffic. He is the one they're all afraid of. He's the one that's king slime. He's pulling the shots. He is the most dangerous of the.
Man, if he beat this case, he gotta use that as a motherfucking intro to one of his songs. You feel me? You got to. That shit gonna be raw as hell on game.
28 judge.
Thug grew up in the Jonesboro South Projects in Atlanta's Zone 3 neighborhood. He's the second youngest of 11 kids, to which most of his siblings were involved in the streets already, so he.
Damn, the second youngest of 11 kids. So basically, he the young motherfuckers for real. You feel me? I always wanted to know how it feel to be a young sibling. I'm the oldest, so I don't really know how it feel to, be a younger sibling on both sides. I mean, I
Jumped
do
off the porch at a young age and joined the Bloods from Cleveland Avenue. It started with fights at school and eventually led to selling drugs, which would land him 4 years in juvie. He was always looked at as the trendsetter in his hood. People were shocked by his wild behavior, fashion sense, and when he began rapping, even that was different from anything people were used to. He started making music around 2010 and branded his own crew, YSL, which would eventually become his label after gaining mainstream success. But as early as 2013, the Atlanta Police Department had already started their investigation. In August of 2013, Thugger was pulled over for a traffic violation when they found a firearm in his glove box.
Damn, they started the investigation in 2013 on him? You see, that shit scared me. We started that shit early as hell. What made them motherfuckers just want to start shit on 2013, Young Thug? What could he really been doing that bad for motherfuckers to start that shit in 2013?
Box that had been reported missing months before by an elderly woman. The following month, his associate YSLDK would perform a home invasion that took the life of the homeowner. With the letters YSL tattooed on his face, the police had no choice from this point forward to consider it a gang, and they started watching their every move. Over the next 2 years,
See, that's why them motherfuckers, and that's why them motherfuckers back in the days, they didn't have no tattoos and shit. They gang and they was dressed up in suits and shit. They was trying to fit in with the motherfuckers, people that wasn't gang bangers, so they wouldn't look like they was in the streets. Like the mafia and shit was smart as hell with the shit. That's why they really was running shit.
Young Thug's career would take off, all while authorities kept quiet and waited for him to slip up. At the same time Thug was gaining traction, so was another artist from Atlanta's Zone 3. He went by YFN Lucci. Lucci is from Summer Hill, not far from where Thug grew up. Similarly, Lucci also comes from the streets and reps a blood gang known as ABG. A close friend of his named Big Nut encouraged him to start taking rap more serious after hearing his music.
Oh damn. Big Nut is YFN Lucci homie. And that's why he said, remember who the fuck he is. Okay. So that's probably why the beef started. This down there probably finna explain us what the beef started, how the beef happened between them two.
Big Nut was well known in Atlanta, so he helped connect Lucci with higher ups in the industry and get his career off the ground. For that, he had YFN's respect forever. As Thug and Lucci's careers were taking off, so was the tension between both their crews. But things would take a turn for the
At YFN, if I ain't like what you damn, huh? I sound slow as hell. I at YFN, if you don't like what you do for your mother and kids, I would have been killed you. Damn, that shit crazy.
worse. In January of 2015, 4 members of YSL got the location of Big Nut, who was getting his haircut on McDaniel Street. They got into an Infiniti Q50 rental car and sped to his location. Big Nut was standing outside the barber shop when 4 men drove by spraying automatic weapons, taking his life and injuring 2 bystanders. At
Damn, the automatics, they had the switches. Don't tell me they had them switches back in the day. Cause you know switches and shit. Hopefully everybody know that switches been around for a very long time. It's just starting to become trending now. So you know they has had them bitches back in the day. It just wasn't like common.
the time, police didn't have a clear motive and declared it a gang-related incident, so it remained unsolved. But this event would be the start of an ongoing war between YFN and YSL that would last for years to come and cost multiple people their lives. Initially, only those closely involved knew about the beef, but eventually it leaked into their music and social medias. The biggest mistake both sides made was publicizing their issues, unknowing that the police were watching it play out and now had more information to work with. Lucci's mother house was shot up and YSLDK took multiple shots at YFN members in a drive-by. Of course, YFN retaliated and attempted to take the life of YSL Duke outside Magic City, but failed as well. This was only a few of the incidents that were taking place, but the conflicts would end up splitting Atlanta's hip-hop scene as people took sides. His career was starting to reach the mainstream, and a big part of that was the run he had with Birdman and their group Rich Gang. So when Lil Wayne accused Birdman of owing him $10 million, Young Thug stepped in and began taking shots at Lil Wayne, literally.
Damn, bro, why you get to it with Wayne, bro? I feel motherfucker, you want to be locked there with motherfucking Wayne more than Birdman, but Birdman the one who reached out to you. I understand. I understand. You feel me?
In April of 2015, Lil Wayne came to Atlanta to perform at a festival when his tour bus was followed from the airport to Cobb County, and eventually shots were fired into the bus. Nobody was injured, but this was still a shocking event. A man named Pee Wee Roscoe was arrested for the crime, and after a few days of investigating, it was revealed he too was a part of Thug's crew. The more crimes that were committed, the easier it became.
Damn, they was trying to fuck up motherfucking Lil Wayne over that shit. You see, come on now. Certain things don't be cause for. Like Lil Wayne now, yo, real op for real. You got real ops, bro. You don't need to be trying to unalive people like Lil Wayne. We need Lil Wayne.
Became for authorities to slowly piece together all the names of everyone connected to YSL. With all this new information and also the issues between crews being posted all over the internet, they were able to go back and look over past events as well to see if the dots connected. One of those was the death of Donovan Thomas Jr., or Big Nut, that we talked about. The murder was still unsolved, but with YSL raining havoc in Atlanta, they were looking for any clues that could put them away for good. Now that they knew YSL and YFN had
Going on
issues,
with
they looked
Buddy?
into the case once again. Doing this, they discovered that the Infiniti Q50 that was used in the drive-by was rented by none other than Young Thug from Hertz Rent-A-Center. If they went after him with a Rico,
Whoa.
this word still wasn't solid enough for Rent-A-Center. By now, they had
So
enough with
you
a
telling
Rico,
so
a
this
dirty word, but it still wasn't solid enough for Rent-A-Center.
so y'all telling me that motherfucker his ass got the rental car in his name and went to go catch a body. That's about the dumbest shit ever. I ain't gonna cap to you. Young Thug ass literally put himself in a position to like, come on, bro. Like, bro, that shit dumb as hell, bro. You should have known that shit was gonna go wrong.
By now, they had enough evidence to put people away, but it still wasn't solid enough to tie Young Thug to most of the crimes, as he wasn't the one doing the dirty work. The
Yeah.
only way they would be able to get him was if they went after him with a Rico. This would allow them to charge him as the leader of YSL. Therefore, any crime anybody under him commits, he too could be taken down with them. Meanwhile, they waited patiently while countless more crimes were committed and evidence piled up, all while the years would pass by, giving YSL the impression
That shit crazy as hell. How the motherfucking feds or police know all the crimes they doing, but they just let them do it to let the shit build up. So, all the motherfuckers who get killed in the process, just know y'all always gonna be used as evidence so they could put them away. So you feel me? You didn't lose your life for nothing.
they may get away with it.
The most important thing that we are here to do is to keep this community safe. And we believe removing these 28 defendants will keep Fulton County safer.
In May of 2022, the arrest warrants for 28 people believed to be a part of YSL were issued. Possibly the most shocking of all was that of Gunna. Although he's clearly known to be the biggest artist repping YSL right now, he's also possibly the only member who's known to not.
I ain't gonna cap to you. That Gunner shit was crazy as hell because it's like, bro, everybody know Gunner ass don't got shit to do with the streets. Gunner ass something look like a street dude. But then again, bro, Gunner ass motherfucking out of jail now. So shit, he snitched.
Not have a criminal background. He comes from the suburbs of College Park, Georgia, and it's well known that he doesn't have a history in street activity. But because he's signed and an associate to YSL, he too found himself in the Rico allegations. His charges only include 2 traffic violations for speeding and tinted windows, as well as his lyrics that they're trying to use as evidence that he's a danger to his community.
Man, what?
In particular,
Bro, come on, bro. If he got that type of history, bro, y'all know his ass damn near wasn't on no shit for real, bro. Because it's hard to not get in trouble when you actually outside doing shit. If you actually doing bad shit, you gonna get caught eventually, bro. Eventually you will.
Thug, Gunna, and Yak Gotti's hit song, Take It to Trial. Because of this, his bond was denied.
The allegations, just reading the indictment itself and nothing more, it is so clear that he is entitled to bond. There are, in essence, 2 traffic offenses, and he was found guilty of a window tint violation. That's the RICO allegations with regard to 4 or 5 of the paragraphs of the RICO indictment. The other one claims that he was speeding and got a speeding ticket. Actually wasn't even the driver. And the only other allegations in the RICO indictment involves lyrics for some of his songs, some of which are some of the most internationally famous songs right now.
I saw how you were watching me come closer.
Young Thug, on the other hand, has 56 different charges he's fighting that include the shooting of Lil Wayne's tour bus and the death of Big Nut, and possibly 50 others. Not as the man who pulled the trigger, but as the one calling all of the shots.
I ain't gonna capture you. Young Thug really ass be having motion, you feel me? His ass be wearing dresses and shit, but he will most definitely get you fucked up still. Y'all better not play with Young Thug. He'll send them niggas at your door.
But possibly the scariest part of this case is the fact that he's relying on 27 other people to not turn against him. According to prosecutors, multiple YSL members are already cooperating and claim they fear for their and their families' lives.
That we have taken proffers from fellow gang members from Mr. Williams. Some are on this indictment, some are not. They have stated uniformly that Mr. Williams is dangerous. They are afraid of him, that if they cross him, he will kill them and their family.
Therefore, Young Thug's bond has been denied as well. Meanwhile, police noticed an increase of cell phones trying to be smuggled into jail for YSL members. Instead of confiscating the phones, they decided to wiretap them, then proceed to let them through. Doing this, they've already caught one member who's been unnamed having a conversation about getting evidence destroyed, and they were able to stop it. Only making things worse now that authorities know they're trying to make moves from behind bars. Without bond, they will remain locked up until the trial begins in January of 2023.
I ain't gonna capture you. Them had that one chance for them not to know what they was doing. Would have got them through. But since they bugged that shit and they found out you was trying to do the shit, yeah, they finna be on your ass 24/7, nigga. You had one chance. No, well, no. You had to make sure they didn't bug that shit before you even had that one chance. But once they found out y'all was trying to do that shit, it ain't no sneaking. They gonna be on your ass.
But with how large this case is, it's likely even that will be pushed back. But if the takedown of YSL wasn't enough, Lil Keed, who was one of the few members signed to the label that was not arrested or accused of anything, he would pass away just 4 days after all of this came to light. To the world, YSL stands for Young Stoner Life Records and has given us countless hit songs. But to Fulton County, YSL is a gang and criminal organization, and they plan to put an end to its name for good.
No, I ain't gonna cap to you, man. That was a decent little video, man. I fucks with it. I'm low key happy that shit ended though because I was low key getting tired. It was hard for me to stay up, man. Shout out Publish X. I low key fucks with his content, you know. I subscribe to Brody shit. Y'all should subscribe to bro shit. I'm finna go to sleep because I gotta wake up at 10 o'clock in the morning. So like 5 hours of sleep. Nah, 6 hours of sleep. So yeah. I'm finna get to it, man. Y'all be smooth out here, gang.